My wife and I, we watched Dexter, and I just got tired. I'm like, he's just killing people. I'm like, I'm just tired. I'm over it. Like after the Trinity Killer, I'm like, I'm done.
Well, and I especially
not that it was a bad show. It's just I was just burned out.
So speaking of Dexter New Blood.
Okay, is that that's the newest show, right?
Holy smokes! Yeah, so it's not the first season's not even done yet. They're still in the middle of it.
It's getting traction.
The kid that they got to play Dexter.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
unbelievable casting.
Really?
Right.
At first I'm like, I don't know, man. I mean, Michael C. Hall's doing the narration,
but yeah.
So I'll give it a shot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And now I'm like, I just can't wait for the next one. I mean,
so it's an origins show, right?
Yeah, it's him just getting out of college and getting his first internship at the Miami Metro, and
cool.
So it kind of goes into that, and they referenced his first kill in the series,
right?
And then they recreate it here in this show, and it was just like, holy smacks, man!
Oh, that's cool.
It is really.
Yeah,
I'm pleasantly surprised. I'm back in the Dexter fold.
Yeah, well, I've heard they're bringing in at least more original actors from the show, probably as different parts, obviously, but they're bringing them in. So that's why I was like starting to be like, maybe this is successful, because when I first saw it and stuff, or just saw like the ads, I was like, this just seems like a stupid cash grab. Like they're all friends,
kind of like they did with Young Sheldon.
Yeah,
Yeah, but except Young Sheldon was I liked Young Sheldon. It turned out pretty good, I thought. But
the girl that got to play
I get it. Yeah,
she's from Cedar Rapids.
Oh, nice.
Really?
Yeah.
And she cusses just like Deb did,
Yeah,
she's
awesome.
a shit, and she's in high school still.
Yeah.
And then the guy that got to play Detective Batista.
Yeah.
Perfect. I would think it was actually they time traveled and got him when he was younger. I mean, I literally.
Nice.
They stole him from Juilliard. Like, you're coming with us.
The casting just destroyed it. I mean, they did a good job.
I love when they do casting like that.
Yeah.
Have you caught any of the other Dexter shows prior, like the?
Seen them all.
And how do they rate to you? Because I've heard like some of them were kind of like you had the original Dexter, then you had where it's a sequel to the first show, right?
Yeah, and this picks up minutes after the last extension of Dexter.
Okay.
So I don't want to spoil it for people.
Right.
I do want to, but I'm not going to.
No, I get it. Yeah,
but no, it. So it kind of picks up from there, and so hence the narration.
Sure.
By Michael C. Hall.
Cool.
Which is really cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the mannerisms, the tone, the voice, the whole. This guy playing Dexter is just
sure. Right.
So what service is all this? What the Dexter stuff?
So on the Dexter stuff, it's on Paramount Plus.
Okay,
that's right.
That's where I'm watching it. It's a Showtime, I think. So I guess one thing in development, I know this isn't in the script. I'll keep this fast, but
no, you're fine.
They're doing a similar Dexter prequel show, but it's for the Trinity Killer.
Oh,
and it's going to be narrated by John Lithgow.
Oh, nice.
So that's in development. So
I would love that. He was my favorite.
That was the best season too.
It was. It was. Yeah.
But,
which I think that's after that season. I was kind of like.
Well, and that's the problem with Dexter is that seasons 5 through 16,000, whatever there were.
Yeah.
They weren't terrible.
No.
But when you have something like season 4, and you got the Trinity Killer, it was like this is peak television.
Yeah. For me, like. Of course, I never watched it live.
Yeah.
I binge watched it when it was all available on Netflix, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, after that season, I was like, I liked it, but like, I was comparing every season to that.
That's just it. That was so unfair.
That was probably the peak.
Yeah, it was because it's like save that season for.
Well, there was so many shocks with that too, with like
him
finding Rita in the bathtub.
And man, yeah, because it's like he's like he got him. All right, story done. Like nope. Go home.
Yeah.
Poor Rita.
That was.
But there was you mentioned that there was like a sequel movie to the original series of Dexter.
There was another sequel series. It was a one season deal.
Oh, okay.
Where they show after the first one, and it deals with Dexter's son being an adult.
Oh, okay.
Now or older, and he's moves up to I think it's Alaska.
Yeah, I think
something
that's
like
right.
that. Yeah. And
did that fall short to you? Because I heard some people didn't like that too much.
Some people didn't like that too much. I, however, did like it.
Okay.
Because it took him way out of Miami.
Right.
It put him in a new area where he could be a little bit more
Right.
because they knew who he was at
Yeah.
the end of the Dexter run.
I always thought, I always thought what would have been a really cool end to the original series of Dexter.
Yeah.
Was, he's sitting there at his table at his lumberjack shack or whatever, and all of a sudden he gets a knock on the door and he opens it and surprise, motherfucker.
Wouldn't that be cool?
He's like all charred.
Yeah.
I've been hiding out this entire time and I'm here to get you.
Yeah.
I know that was such a bummer when that character bit it.
He was one of my favorite ones too. I mean,
but Dexter didn't know what he was going to do.
The writing was good. I mean, the way they did
yeah.
it, but he was a standout character too.
Right.
I mean,
yeah.
But we'll see. I don't know if they'll bring a younger version of him back or not. Because
that'd be hilarious.
Yeah,
I'm really
only a few episodes in right now.
I'm very interested in the Trinity Killer just because we saw kind of Dexter's past in the show, but the Trinity Killer, that's like a fresh take on. And also, when you mentioned the new Dexter series showed his first kill or whatever, wasn't it Denise Crosby his first kill?
It was.
Okay. Obviously, they didn't bring her back.
But someone very similar.
It's kind of a visual reboot in a way too. Because,
it is
right. It's a little different, but is it actually? Does it take place? Let's see. Dexter was like what mid 2000s. So does it take place like in the 80s?
It does. It's kind of a timepiece. Late 80s, early 90s kind of a thing.
Sure.
Like the third episode's called Miami Vice.
Oh, cool.
So it's and it's got some similar type music in it. And
nice.
Stuff. They've
cool.
Yeah.
They've done a really good job with it. At least so far.
I'll give it a chance.
So far.
Cool.
Yeah. I'll have to check that
I don't know
out
about this, but it's gaining
We're 3
traction.
episodes in,
Sweet.
and I mean, if we weren't so busy, I'd have binged them all at once.
That's the problem. There's so many.
Yeah.
Right.
Anyway,
well, I mean,
that's cool, man.
Who knows? Maybe eventually there'll be one that like isn't a bundle. Like Disney Plus had Max as part of their bundle at one point.
Yeah.
Oh, the Dexter series or the Dexter channel or whatever.
Yeah. But
its own streaming service.
Yeah.
Well, they probably could.
Probably someday.
Yeah.